Hello there. Good afternoon from Hunza. After visiting the Altit Fort, now we are going to visit the Altit Fort. Here comes a dry fruit shop. This building is called Jamaat Khana of Altit, a place of worship and congregation. And across Jamaat Khana is the library of Hunza. Assalamu alaikum. This beautiful street leads towards Altit Fort with a few cafes, juice shops, garment, souvenir, and handicraft shops in it. Here is a pond, and the water is conveyed to it from the glacier up the mountain. And on the left hand, behind the row of shops, lays the 1,000-year-old Altit village. We have arrived at the entrance of the fort. On the left, in there is a cafe and a souvenir shop. That tree by the reception cottage turned all yellow is mulberry. A little music to welcome the visitors. Hunza is the valley of orchards. The fruits that grow here include apricot, almonds, walnuts, cherries, pear, apples, mulberry, grapes, and figs. And this right here is the royal garden at Altit Fort. And it looks like a painting in autumn. That's Altit Fort over there, perched on a cliff. It's about 1100 years old. In local Brushuski language, Bilte is the word for up and Ilte is the word for down. And from Ilte comes the word Altit, which is the name of the adjoining village and this fort, which are a little further down in the valley as compared to Baltit Fort. That's Brother Muhammad Ali, who is giving us the tour of the fort. A true gentleman. He has very interesting style, keeps you engaged throughout. Nothing like a mechanical recitation out of a book. This fort was restored in 2006 by Aga Khan Cultural Services, Pakistan. At the entrance of the fort is this guard room. These wickets here are to keep an eye on the cliffside of the fort in case anyone dares climb it. In the past, anyone committing treason, sabotage, or revolt would be dealt with by throwing them off the height, dumping them in a glacial ditch, or burying them alive. Centuries ago, when a younger prince unsuccessfully contested his elder brother's accession to the throne, he was bricked into this pillar like structure alive. So it's a sort of standing grave. And during the restoration process in 2006, it was confirmed by scanning this pillar. So some of the skeletal bones were still in there. Under the guard room is a cellar which was used for storing wines. Next room is the kitchen, and in the middle there is a fireplace. A few pots are placed there from the olden times. This here is a food storage bin, and that wooden box was used for storing dry fruits. The carving on it is pretty ancient, centuries old, from the time of polytheism, and is known as swastika. The carvings on the pillar are Tibetan art from the Buddhist era in this region. And locally, this style is called Dalai Lama. This stone here is called Hindu Shuddhi from the times of Hinduism in this region. It's a sort of symbol for some deity to which milk and other offerings were made. This region has its roots in Central Asia, mainly in present day China and Tajikistan. It links back to Hanzo tribe from Hun dynasty. And Hanzo used to be the name until 1891 when British Empire changed it to Hunza. And here is a dungeon that once housed prisoners in the fort. This fort was used only during the winter months, so as compared to Baltit Fort, it's a little simpler. We are now in the royal chambers. That area, slightly elevated by the wall, used to be the sleeping area. In the middle, there is a hearth or fireplace and a sitting area around it. This wooden box built into the corner was used for dry food storage, and its top was used as a crib for little ones. These three wooden pegs in the wall function as a sundial. The window on the opposite wall would let the light in, and pegs would form a shadow on the wall, which would work as hands of the clock. It used to be the method to keep the time before the invention of the hourglass. The royal bedroom is also provided with a balcony to enjoy this view. Down there is Hunza River, and across the river is Karakoram Highway, meandering along up to Hunjra Pass and into China. Here is a small sitting area, and from here you can enjoy the view of the Karimabad Valley across. Down there is Altit village, and that over there is the royal garden we passed through on our way up here. This is a small mosque or a prayer room which was built around 4 centuries ago when this region converted to Islam. So it was the first prayer room built in the fort by the Mir of that time. This section across the prayer room with the veranda up front was constructed during the time of British Empire in the region. We have come to the roof, and this tower, one of the earliest constructions in the fort, is named Shikari Tower. To execute death sentences, people were thrown off the roof to this side of the cliff. There is this cafe and restaurant at the corner of the Royal Garden named Khabasi Cafe, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It also has an outside dining area, which is beautiful. It has a terrace as well. Down there is the Serena Altit Fort residence by Serena Hotels, and you could stay here right by the fort garden. You can enjoy your meal or a cup of coffee on the terrace with this splendid view of Hunza River and the autumnal colors over the valley and the tallest of the mountain ranges on either side. Goodbye for now, till the next chapter, and have a cozy fall season.